I'm looking forward, of course, to, I'm hoping it'll be Dennis Norden's Laughter File, Volume 7.
Oh, 7, you're having a laugh. 27?
It used to be It'll Be Alright on the Night, but I think they've changed the name to Dennis Norden's Laughter File to Fool Us.
It's great, though, isn't it? Because he comes... You're one of those people. This is something we call doorstop.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, just what? Yeah. And doesn't he just go into the Director
This
General?
is one called Let Sleeping Logs Die.
Yeah. It's just, oh, God.
But what I don't understand is why no one has said to him, or why hasn't he watched that TV? Why hasn't he, at Christmas, right, he's gone home with the family, he's gone, come on everyone, let's watch my show, and he's watched it.
It's Laughter File 27. That's me.
The family must have been faking laughter, and why is he not turned around and gone, why did no one tell me? Crap.
Why doesn't he go to Greg Dyke and go, or whatever it's on?
Well, it's ITV, isn't it? Yeah.
What is it? Oh, what was that then?
ITV Task, it's Paymasters, I don't know, they change every week, don't they?
But
That's why we don't work with them.
Just watched me on that Laughter File 27. It's rubbish, isn't it? And they go, yeah. They go, well, why didn't you tell us that? Well, we thought it would kill you, to be quite honest. But why didn't you let my son take over or something? Well, Dennis, he's 84.
How old am I then?
Well, we don't know. We've had you carbon dated, but it's off the scale. But why'd you let me carry that stupid file? Are you reading this now, Dennis?
Oh, I can't remember what I got to say.
Well, don't read it. Just speak normally.
2 coffees, please, waiter.
No, this is what we call talking to the Director General. Stop it! But I can't wait for that. Yeah, and there is two.
Can I just say one? Who's in the audience of Dennis Norden's? Who's gone? Joan, I got 2 tickets for Laughter File. I can't believe I laughed.
I've been on the internet.
Because they're always they're cracking up, the people on that show. I've never laughed once.
Maybe it was an audience that they filmed in 1973, where it was the first time they saw a goalkeeper get hit in the balls or something, or Jackie Charlton or something, or a dog fall off a slide.
Well, it's either old people who just can't remember, they've already seen those clips 1,000 times before, like Alzheimer's thing, or it's, I was always thinking of the people what's that show, Beadle used to do, You've Been Framed.
You've Been Framed.
I think now what's happening is, while Lisa Riley's doing all the scripted jokes, there's just someone stood behind her, maybe just showing a picture of her, like, nude, or in a bikini, or just pointing and just making jokes at her expense.
Exactly,
That's why they're laughing.
He's lovely Lisa Riley off Emmerdale, of course.
Fatty Riley.
No, don't say it's not fat. It might be Glenn, you don't know.
It could be Glenn.
No, just stop it. You can't say that.
I don't know, I've gone a bit crazy, I've just gone
No,
a
but
bit wild.
what if she's listening to this and she gets an eating disorder or something, or, you know, becomes bulimic, because she's probably at home binging now.
I know.
She's leaving out the vomit and she can't get her fat fingers in her mouth. I do want to trial this new film quiz we've got, because it's, I mean, I'm excited. I think it's the best competition we've come up with, to be quite honest. I mean, Carl, you agree, don't you?
It's alright, yeah.
Yeah, it's a film-based quiz.
Right.
We'll play you a clip from a classic film. I can tell you the film we're going to play. It's The Sixth Sense.
Right.
And there'll be a question afterwards, and you can win The Sixth Sense.
On DVD?
Yeah. Not the ability to sort of tell when someone's behind you, but just the film. You know. Do you believe in sort of like extrasensory sort of perception and stuff, Carl?
Ghosts and that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
Not ghosts, no, the fact that people maybe can sense, you know, beings.
There was a woman on the Christian's breakfast show, right?
Yeah.
Blind woman.
Right.
Clairvoyant.
Her name?
Forgot. But she was a bit useless.
She's a bit useless.
I'm always worried about what's going to come out of Carl's
I'm worried
mouth.
what you mean. What?
Do you know what I mean?
She's a bit rubbish at being a clairvoyant.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think if you're not that good at something, don't go on the radio and do it.
Carl, you better leave.
So, what, sorry.
Well, she was saying,
So
like,
what was the relevance of her being blind? What was that for? What did you
I
tell me?
just thought it was a bit weird. I think she was using that because the fact that she can't see living people, but she can contact the dead ones.
Yeah.
And
I'm so sorry, this is XFM 104.9. Once again, Carl's opinions do not necessarily reflect anyone.
Those of any human being.
Any other person alive today.
Sorry, Carl, so how did she demonstrate her clairvoyance, and why was it not very convincing?
She was sat in the chair you're at, right? And people called up and said...
I sensed that.
Weird.
They called up and they said, right, can you have a word with me gran?
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, she's dead, isn't she? And it's like, yeah. He goes, ooh, and everyone's like, ooh, she knows her stuff.
It was 50-50 to be fair.
Yeah, and especially with a gran, because the person sounded about 35, so the chances are
they
haven't got a gran anymore.
Yeah.
And it was just
unless it's
like,
the fellas from Busted, because they, in the year 3000, they've only got to a great-great-granddaughter, and that's 1,000 years, so presumably, you know, they can live a lot longer.
Yeah. I just wasn't convinced anyway. I don't want to diss her because, you know, she came in and she did her stuff, and if people believe in it, I'm not going to put it down, but it just was a little bit off.
You believe in it? You just think she didn't have the real power, as opposed to it being rubbish.
No, whatever. But yeah, I don't know what we were talking about there. So we've got the film thing going on.
I don't know what we were talking about.
Film.
Now time for one of our regular features. Monkey news.
Do the jingle.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right, what we're doing here is just giving you a bit of monkey news that's gone on, right? Where a monkey's been involved in it. Good little story in that.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the one that went into space? The first sort of thing they ever sent up there before man did it and all that. You see, this is what annoys me with it really. Armstrong gets all the glory, but do you know who went up there before him?
A monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog went up first.
But what was the monkey called?
I don't know.
No, sure, okay. So it's not the most informed news bulletin.
The dog was called Laika.
Was it?
Yeah, they couldn't get it back there. They sent it up there, did a few tests and stuff, and they couldn't get it back. They weren't prepared to bring the capsule back yet. Brilliant. We could all do that.
So is that a good mission?
Well, I just think it was seeing what if the mission itself killed it, but they didn't have the technology, because of course it couldn't fly the capsule back, which it has to be manned to bring it.
Right. Well, this was the next one up then, right? So the dog must have gone first, and then they went, right, we made an error there, right? Get the monkey in, and what happened is they taught it what buttons to hit at the time that it needed to hit them, and the way they did this was like give it bananas. It was like hit the red button, and it hit the red button. They'd give it a banana,
right?
And they go right, reverse is the green one. Hit the green one, and then they do that and go there's a banana, and then they go right, hit reverse, and it go and get a banana.
Right.
Hit the red, so it was taking commands on like headphones.
Right, but how are they giving it the banana?
Is that how you learn to do radio?
How are they giving it the banana?
What do you mean? No,
Well,
this is before it went. You wouldn't just go and put a monkey in it and go, there you go, get on with it. They'd sort of put him in one of them capsules that you get.
Yeah.
And they were on headphones.
I don't believe this happened.
Well, I'm telling you the story now. So the monkey
I don't think they trained it to do anything. I think they sent it up there and he put electrodes coming out of it to see what
it wasn't any of that. They did a thing like they do. Like they can with animals. If you give something, like a treat, you can teach it how to do it. It's just like a dog, isn't it?
It's called Pavlovian conditioning. However, that was to see if it would salivate or go over to a particular corner, not if it could control a spacecraft.
Next one up. It's the next one up. As far as the monkey's not sat there going, oh, I'm a bit under pressure here, it's a rocket. All that's knowing is, I'm getting a banana if I hit that button. That's all the monkey's thinking about. Right?
They wouldn't put billions of space dollars.
How can they be sure that it's going to press the button at the right moment?
Because it's got headphones on. They're telling it. It's not
like you have now.
It's not like willy-nilly. It's not just like pop it in there.
Willy-nilly, who's that?
What's to stop it from just hitting it any old time? Because it's a monkey and it's not a human.
Because he's trained now. But
Oh,
anyway,
he's trained. He's fully trained. Yeah, go
so
on.
what happened is anyway.
Oh, this is absolute rubbish.
They pop the monkey in there.
Yeah.
He's got his headphones on. They're going right. Hit the green one, and I think there's something there that a little banana comes out to keep the same.
No, you're making this up.
I'm not. It's the same.
There's no way that they made a spacecraft that had a banana dispenser.
Right,
There's no way in this world that they made a spacecraft that could go into outer space, right? Manned by a monkey with a banana dispenser.
So you're saying that it's easy to send something up to space, but you don't believe there's a little banana machine?
Right, okay, so in your world, there's a monkey and it's been conditioned and there's a little monkey dispenser, monkey dispenser or a banana dispenser?
Right, so it comes to the launch day, monkeys sat in there, everyone's ready, bananas are stocked up and all the rest of it. They go, right, hit the green button. Right, and the rocket goes off and what have you.
No, they would not make the monkey launch the rocket. Carl, you are living in a cartoon world.
So the rocket goes off, right?
This is absolute bollocks.
It's all going well.
I don't know what you're going to... It's not going well. There's no way a monkey launched a rocket. There's no way a monkey launched a rocket, you idiot.
It's all going on, so they're going, hit the left button, and it goes a little bit left.
Left button! Right, well-known spacecraft command. This is Houston, hit the left button. Oh, brilliant. This is what happened in Apollo 13. Hit the left button.
So it goes left. Yeah, it goes left.
So it goes left, and it's going well.
Left! It goes left!
Yeah.
No, the moon! You're
It
going
goes,
right!
It goes for the moon, everything's going well.
Right.
They get up there, but it does whatever it does. It reverse, it comes back. Right? So then...
You are, honestly, you are brain dead.
So it's
you are
long-
one of the most stupid people. That I would rather have the monkey drive
listen.
me home than you.
So the thing is, so it lands back, it
Yeah.
does a good job and everything, it gets out, and
It's sick of bananas.
This is where it turns a bit sad, because after it done that mission, right, because it happened and it was all safe and everything, the next one would have been to send man.
Right.
So the monkey enjoyed it, and it was like, well, I want to do it again, right? But they were like...
So how did they know that? How did they know he wanted to...
just the way it looked and what have you, it was like...
Fuck off! Just the way it looked! You are a maniac.
So the thing is, though, right, so after it had done that, it was on such a high, right,
Yeah.
it could never get that high again.
Turn to drugs?
There was nothing that it could do.
Went on tour, did it?
It sort of ended up killing itself. Because it could never get that buzz that it got.
Right, that was absolute bollocks. None of that is true, except they sent a monkey into space. And I'll check that out. Absolute drivel.
So in your mind, it committed suicide. It went on a crazy bender, drinking drugs and women. And
like
then,
it does happen, you
and then
hear
it was
about
found
it.
in
you
a
hear about
motel
it.
room. Carl, if you could have a superpower, like Superman, what would your superpower be?
Can I suggest consciousness?
Yeah.
Can I have the power of thought?
Remember, you've already got opposable thumbs. Cross that one off the list.
Oh, go on, Carl.
There are so many to choose from. Telepathy, X-ray vision.
Flight, invisibility,
Choose it wisely.
strength, intelligence.
But why have I been picked?
Oh, for God's sake!
No, but I'm just saying...
It's Rob's question for
No,
you.
but I'd just say, does anyone else want this? Or, do you know what I mean?
Oh,
No,
what do you wish you
no,
could do that's
no,
impossible is the
because-
question,
no,
or
because-
what? What do you mean?
Because with that comes a responsibility. is what
With
I'm saying.
enormous power does come great responsibility.
So would you like spidey senses? Is that what you're saying? Would you like some senses? Would you like some sense? The power of sense?
Come on, Carl. You know what these superheroes because they can.
I know, but it
can
always
freeze things,
They're
they-
never happy, are they? Do you know what I mean? Spider-Man that wanted to tell that girl that he could climb walls and that. He's like, I can't. Superman didn't never tell Lewis and that.
It's Lewis. It's Lewis.
Lewis.
It's Lewis.
It's just a pen pal, Superman.
Lewis, his little secret chum. Yeah. All right, Superman. Hello, Lewis. What are you doing? Superman. Who are you? I can't tell you, Lewis. Brilliant.
You know, Hulk. He wasn't happy. So
But you're being allowed to choose the superpower. You don't have to get it forced upon you like the Hulk.
Hulk, he wasn't happy. It's true. He's got a theme.
True.
He has got a theme. There's not many happy superheroes, are
But
there?
leaving aside the superheroes you're already aware of,
Yeah.
what superpower do you want? You don't have to fight crime with it, Carl.
Everyone around the world now is thinking, what can Carl choose? Let's deliver it to him now, Carl. Think about it and give us the answer, please.
Let me just remind you of some of the other things. Invisibility.
all the time though, or can I sort of turn that on and off?
Let's say you could turn it on and off. Would that interest you?
Yeah. I'll have that.
Right. Okay, and what would you do with this power of invisibility?
Just sort of wander about and that, just not get seen.
It's a brilliant power! It's a brilliant... And it's put to such brilliant use! It's brilliant! Well done!
And why would you want to walk around and not be seen in that? What would you gain from that?
Don't know, you could sort of go in shops when they shut, so you don't have to go with
How
the
would you get
crowds.
in?
Just get in just before they lock up.
Oh, yeah! How would you get out?
Wait till the morning.
Brilliant.
So hang on. So that's your use of invisibility.
Yeah.
They found the power of invisibility. You want to sneak into... Never mind. No, hang on. You want to sneak into HMV, right? Wait for 12 hours and then buy something.
Ah, I love it.
Just so that you don't have to be in there with other people.
Do you know what? I don't want it. I don't want a power.
Why not?
Because I just don't think it'll do me any good. I think it's more of a hindrance.
Just think of his presents. We've given you a go, a trip into space, and the chance to be invisible.
Not happy with any of them.
Yeah, what he wants is a voucher for HMV.
Yeah. He just wants some tokens for a record shop. Carl, have you heard the big news? That Ricky Gervais is looking to take up. Well, you explain it, Gervais, because
it's not big news.
No.
What do you mean?
You're taking up boxing, is this right?
No.
What is the story? You're fighting for money?
No. Yeah, bare knuckle fighting.
No, come on, what is it?
No, all it is, I've been watching this show on cable called Born to Fight, and it's sort of late. It's a late one. We flick round, and I think it's on After Roadies. Which is like, yeah, it's one bloke with a camera who goes on tour with different people. Like he went on with Motorhead, he went with the Meatloaf tribute act. He went on with Coldplay, was in one of them. It's that, and it's the
is
sort
this
of
when, like, all the other channels has been switched off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and there's one called Born to Fight, and they just take a different story. It might be like an amateur fight, or it might be an unlicensed fight, not illegal, or it might be white collar, which I'm thinking of doing.
What's white collar?
White collar is just people who want to fight, and it's organised.
Is it like Fight Club?
Yeah, but it's charity. It's safe. It's a charity do. Having like big events, and it's just two people that aren't boxers, aren't amateur boxers, and they get in the ring and they do three 2-minute rounds, and they just lay into each other. They've got head guards on, and
Rick, I don't mean to alarm you, but we work together obviously, and we make the office and stuff. Your face is my fortune. I can't have
that must be a bit of a worry for you.
It is. I'm not going to say, well, your heart as well is also a concern.
Yeah.
And you're eating and stuff.
But when I said I was going to get fit, you go, no, Gervais, you're only funny because you're fat.
No, I agree, this is true, but I'm saying there's a difference between being fit.
Yeah.
And I would say, for instance, don't eat kind of, cheese and bacon, on their own.
All day.
All day. Or for breakfast. So what I'm saying is there's a difference between, exercising and then having your face beaten in. And what I'm saying is that I just don't think it's a good idea.
But I might win.
No, I don't. That's irrelevant. You're still going to take a couple of blows to the face, and the point is this, Rick: you're not going to win.
Why?
Because you are delusional. You think that you are probably the world's greatest boxer. I know. Ever since I've known you, you seem to think that that's the case because you've watched all the Rocky films. And you think that's fair enough, that seems straightforward enough. But look at your physique, you've got some upper body strength, but, you've also got some lower belly strength as well, I noticed. And my concern is you're going to go in there and you're not only going to be a broken man when you realise that you're just not as handy in the ring as you thought you were, but also you're going to incur some injuries.
This is fighting talk. This is fighting talk.
The first rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club.
This one's me want to do it more now, just because of you. It was the same when Adrian didn't agree that Rocky could beat Clubber Lang.
Yeah.
Oh, she made that mistake, then she made the same mistake with Drago.
At what age?
She turns up at the end to take a bit of the credit, didn't she?
When you were this kind of thin, nimble youth in your makeup and your eyeliner and all the rest of it, I bet you had no thoughts about boxing. It never came into your mind, did it? So at what age did you suddenly think, wait a minute, I've taken the wrong path in life? I could have been the world heavyweight.
I don't think I could.
When have you suddenly decided that you can suddenly be a bit street tough? I don't understand why this has suddenly come about in.
Well, I'm not putting out a shout, am I, to fight people? It's not like Noel Gallagher and Robbie Williams.
But you've got to find someone else presumably to fight with.
Yeah, but it'd probably be a businessman who wants to fight.
Right. There's something really weird about that. Don't you think that sound? Have you just listened to yourself? I want to fight I want to fight a businessman. Please, may I fight a businessman?
I don't want to fight a businessman.
It's what you just said.
I want to fight someone who wants to. It's just not.
I want to fight them though. I want to fight somebody.
Since you were like that, it sounds a bit mad.
Bring them on. I want to fight people.
No, but it's more the effort and the training, the commitment to it, like climbing a mountain. I mean, I think climbing a mountain and doing a marathon is ridiculously macho. It's not the fact that you can.
No, that's not macho compared
to. It's macho, isn't it? Climbing. There's no reason to climb a mountain. There's no reason to do a marathon. If you can run a mile, that's all you need. The fact that you train is whether you can do it yourself and achieve something. And this is more like the training and the learning skill, and then seeing if it works. I don't want to get in there.
But aren't you concerned about you might get beaten, or you might get beaten up? I should say.
No, what's the worst that can happen?
You'll get black eyes, bruises, and
bruises.
Gervais, let me just remind you of the time we were working in your flat, right? And you immediately, right? I don't know to this day what happened, but you started choking. You clasped your chest. You were breathing, wheezing, right? I leapt over to you. I remember screaming, I don't know the Heimlich maneuver. If you've swallowed something I can't help. You gained your breath, you gained your composure. I said, what happened? Did you eat something? Did you go down the wrong way? You said, no, I swallowed some dust. I swallowed some dust. You breathed some dust in that was in the air. There was some dust in the air. You breathed that in. It knocked you out for 2 days. Rick, you're in bed for 2 days.
I love that.
I don't think you're the man for the job.
And that's some dust. What do you think this businessman's gonna do?
Exactly.
He'll be permanent. Hurt you permanent.
Yeah.
He'll hurt you permanent.
You found a lump, didn't you, on your testicle once? We sat in a doctor's waiting room, I remember, for about 45 minutes.
You got up and checked out, it was fine. I think I went twice, didn't I? I said to the doctor at one point, I said, did you check round the back?
Yeah.
I was thinking he hadn't checked it.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Just because they hadn't found anything. My point is this. You're something of hypochondriac. You know you're something of hypochondriac. You know that already. So, why do you think this is going to be any different?
Wow.
If you take when you take the first blow to the head, you take the punch, you'll immediately think that you've got some kind of, brain disorder.
No, I've always wanted to do it, but I just thought, I wanted to make sure, I wanted to know that I definitely lost my looks.
Right.
And, I've seen some of the publicity shots, I've got mirrors and mouths, so now, because I've definitely lost my looks now, I've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So I want, maybe a younger, more handsome man, I want to teach him a lesson.
I'll end with this.
Right.
For people who listen to this show regularly, you already sound like you're punch drunk. Alright? And that's just your natural way of talking. Please, let's not do the real thing.
Oh, play a record.
You're talking about, because you're talking about Zoo, though, and I was watching the news last night, and it had, a feature about Madame Tussauds. And it was saying that they scrapped many of the royal family. Now, I don't mean this, but I've never understood the appeal of Madame Tussauds. I just, genuinely, with no irony, cannot see the appeal of sort of having my photo taken next to a waxwork of J-Lo.
I know.
I can't compute why that would be fun. I don't know. What is it? Do they move? Because they don't move, do they?
No,
They just stand there.
I know.
So genuinely, I mean, it's so crowds of people queuing up and people queuing to have their photo taken with the royals. And
the queue would put me off immediately.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's just down the road, isn't it?
So you go home to your friend and go, there's me, there's me with Kylie.
It's not Kylie, is it?
Oh, no, it's just a wax effigy.
Oh, I thought you met her.
No, it's just a waxwork.
Right.
It's not even the real person. If you've been to Madame Tussauds, if you have any understanding of why the appeal there, email and tell me.
Let's not diss them, because they might melt down, Ricky Tomlinson one day to do me.
Sure.
You never know, you know.
Or Rick Waller.
Yeah. So I don't want to put them off.
But seriously, I mean, I'm not being...
Roy Kinnear might be in there.
What is the appeal? Genuinely, what is the appeal? To walk around a number of...
But that's the same as lookalikes. When I see it at the back of the stage, and it's got like, I don't know, Susan Gooding is Caprice.
Yeah.
And you want to go, what do you do with her? Oh, 500 quid, she comes and stands at your party.
Yeah.
And people go, she looks a bit like Caprice. Yeah, don't go too close. She does, yeah.
It's like Caprice over there.
No, but it's...
It looks a bit like...
Yeah.
There was one in the back of the stage which was, so-and-so is Jordan. And it was a woman who was sort of buxom girl, wearing very little.
Buxom! Are you from the West Country?
I am. But I thought to myself, if you're willing to get your knocks out pretending to be Jordan, just get them out and become a paisley model. Stop pretending to be Jordan.
And call yourself after another Middle Eastern country.
Yeah.
Don't just,
It's very odd.
I know. God.
Very strange. But you've got a lookalike now, haven't you?
Yeah.
It's so odd.
But it's a bloke, right? Sort of at his desk, right?
In the picture.
And it's David Brent.
Yeah.
And it's got Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
So...
I don't remember, it's just an old fat bloke with a beard.
Alright, don't have a go.
Alright.
Play a record, Carl. No need for that.
Have you ever wet the bed?
I honestly haven't.
I've never wet the bed. Never wet the bed.
Never.
Okay, let's play a record then.
Oh, we did a bit of,
You've wet the bed, have you?
Wow, not as such.
Well, you may as well tell us.
Well, yes then.
Well, is there a story attached?
Well, I remember once, right?
Well, was this when you were a child?
Sort of.
How old?
26.
Okay.
And, oh, God. Oh, it's another story involving... Anyway, right, once...
Just wasn't a sink handy.
Oh, God.
Come on, Gervais.
Well, once... I went to, stay, went down to Brighton with, Jane for a party, her sister's party, and, we were staying at her parents' house, her parents were away, and, first of all, I got too drunk. I don't think I'd known her very long, might have been, and, I remember, it was a fancy dress party, and I didn't go to fancy dress, but I remember laying on the floor, trying to trip people over because I was so drunk.
The sort of thing that's hilarious if you're drunk.
Yeah, imagine Jane going, "No, that's my boyfriend. I'm so proud to all her family." And then we got a cab. I got a cab journey home to her that I didn't remember. And apparently the cab driver going, "Is he all right?" Because I was going, "I'll be sick. I'll be sick." Jane, yeah, he's fine. Then I laid on the bathroom floor, and Jane timed it. It was 45 minutes. Me singing "Right by Your Side" by the Eurythmics. And then I went to bed. And apparently, I got up in the middle of the night, walked round the bed, and just thought the bed was a toilet. And Jane said, "Ricky!" I went, "What?" She went, "You're pissing on me." I went, "Well, you don't need to wake me up." And then just got back to bed.
You urinated on the bed?
Alright, yeah.
Bit of hip-hop.
Oh, man alive. This is another example of how people can just exploit you and make fun of you when you're tall.
Yeah.
I was quite tall. I've always been like about 6'7" for quite a while now. And when I was about 16, I went to a big New Year's celebration in Bristol, where I come from. And everyone kind of congregates in this big sort of part of town, and there's all people dancing around, like in Trafalgar Square. And I was there, and somehow I just picked up a balloon somewhere along the line, one of those kind of helium sort of balloons, and I was holding that, sort of dancing around. And these two girls came up to me, and I was thinking, yeah, okay, you know, it's New Year's Eve, brilliant, you know, that's my kind of party.
Yeah.
And they came up, they went, "Hey."
Once a year.
And they said, "You gonna be here for long?" And I went, "Well, maybe." And they said, "It's just that we've arranged to meet back at you in about an hour." I went, "What do you mean?" I went, "Well, it's just because we can see you wherever you are. Don't worry, you can move around and stuff. We'll see you with the balloon. Just arranged to meet some friends."
I love that. A landmark.
So, like,
pilots use that. Oh, we're just coming in. There's where we go. When we see Steve Merchant, we'll be descending to Bristol Temple Mead.
What's really funny is New Year's Eve, Trafalgar Square, you got a huge column, but they use Steve as like the meeting point.
Steve's got a huge column.
Brilliant, Rick. Well done. Award-winning comedy from Ricky Gervais.
Like I say, the man with the frisbee. What happens if he had a mate who said, "It's rubbish that"? He wouldn't have done it.
I love the fact that you think the frisbee is the pinnacle of invention.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing.
No, it's an example of something that, you know, if he was on some programme where you said, "I've invented this," they'd go, "Get out." They wouldn't give him time of day to say, "Right, I've made this thing, it's out of plastic." You throw it about. What for? Well, you just chuck it about on the beach. What's the point? It's a bit of fun, innit? No, I don't like it.
That was an argument with himself.
No, but do you know what I mean? It's a popular little thing, and I'm just saying it's easy to put ideas down.
But you've never even come up with an idea as good as the frisbee, and that's saying something.
I came up with a clippable mat that goes on a cup, and it's a good little thing. I haven't followed it through yet.
A what?
A clippable mat.
What's a clippable mat? What does that
Clippable
involve?
mat, like you stick on a cup, so you can put your cup down on a table without having to go, "Oh, where's that mat?" It's clipped to the cup all the time, and you put the cup down wherever you want because it's got a mat on it.
I think I've seen that.
But why does it have to be clipped to it? Why couldn't it just be built into the cup?
Because
so it clips onto. You got our special cups. It doesn't clip onto every cup.
No, but just the same way that every sauce is different. You don't say, "Oh, I'm sick of this sauce." It doesn't fit a mug. You use the sauce of that. I mean, I don't use sauces. Just don't buy that sort of
But isn't a
furniture.
saucer what you're talking about?
Kind of, yeah, but it's clippable.
But why is the clippability so important to you?
So you don't have to keep finding the mat when you put the cup down. It's constantly clipped to the
But why does it have to be clippable? Because that suggests it's removable. Why not just have something where it's constantly attached? What's to stop you from losing that in much the same way as you lose the coasters?
Do we need this? Do we need a clippable coaster?
Let's ask him like it's the Dragon's Den. Let's ask him now.
What?
We've got money to invest on your clippable cup. Now
What's your
pitch
problem?
this idea to us. How would you sell this idea to us?
You just said, what was your question then?
Brilliant. So you're not listening. Let's start again.
I am.
Okay, imagine you've walked in. What is it
for? What is it for? Is it a coaster to stop the heat from the cup burning the varnish?
Rick, let him explain.
Or is it a saucer to stop spills?
Let's have you pitch this idea to us. Just you've never met us before. We're investors. Tell us. Explain this to us. Sell it to us.
Right. We're living in a world where furniture is important to people. They spend a lot of money on it, don't they, furniture?
Yeah,
There's so many furniture shops out there.
Yeah.
All different types of wood from all over the world.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right? If something's come from the Amazon, you don't want a coffee stain on it.
No, you don't know.
Right. But we're living in a world as well where people don't use saucers.
When you
go out and buy, because people...
What do you mean we live in a world where they don't use saucers? Yeah, there's loads of saucers, yeah.
Because I know people who buy cups singly.
Right.
Because there's only 2 people living in a flat, so you don't buy a big box, because in a big box of like plates and that, you get things like, what's the plate that's above a saucer but below a plate?
The plate that's above a saucer but below a plate. So it's a plate, but it's below a plate.
But it's a size that you sort of go, what am I doing with this?
So, what would it be? A side plate?
Maybe, but
a plate that you'd have alongside your regular dinner plate, right?
Maybe.
You put a bread roll on or something in a restaurant.
Maybe,
Yeah. Okay.
but you
What's
don't
your
need
point? What do you
No,
mean?
I'm just, it's fascinating to me. Because this is his best attempt now to
Okay.
try and attract investment.
Do you know where your mats are at home?
I haven't got mats. Don't use them
Why not?
because it doesn't bother me. I haven't got any highly polished furniture from the Amazon.
Right, Steve, have you got any sort of...
I've got some coasters and I use the coasters.
And do you know where they are when you need one?
Well, yes, because they're always at the place where I would normally put down a mug of hot tea, i.e. on a table or a coffee table.
Right, now...
I'd keep if I had a highly polished table from the Amazon, I'd keep my coasters on it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying now is, what happens if you get up with your cup of tea, you're a busy man, right? This is what I'm saying, we're living in a world where people are busier than ever.
Go on.
Not everybody can sit down and enjoy a cup of tea sat in the same place.
Right.
You get up and you might move into another room.
You haven't got a polished table in there from the Amazon, so it doesn't
No,
matter.
but you might be working on another expensive table.
Oh, fine, we'll have a coaster there
that
as
has
well
a
then.
computer on.
My question is this. One, does it fit all mugs? Or do I have to buy a special mug to have this special
Well,
bit
we
attached?
can work it whatever way you want. We can either look at the standard size mug and say, let's appeal to everyone, or we can get in touch with some mug company.
How is it clipped?
Just like little plastic clips that clip onto it.
Yeah.
And then you clip it off and you clean it. They're dishwasher proof, by the way.
They don't need that
But
at all.
why can't you just make a mug that has something built in the base of the mug to prevent it from making the mark?
No, I don't
Because it's
need
only
that.
the heat that makes the mark, isn't it, really?
I just want to say now, that's a pointless idea, and I'm out.
Right, but what about the idea that you've just suggested then, with the mug, with the saucer built in?
Yeah.
What about, will we do that together?
But that's not your idea, that's my idea.
Yeah, but without my idea, you wouldn't have had that.
Well, but that's absurd. We're having a conversation, I've come up with an idea, now I've got the money.
do you
I've
want-
got the money,
do you
and
want
I'm
in-
going to go off with that idea.
Yeah, you haven't painted it anyway, and it's a rubbish idea, and you couldn't
It's not
paint it.
rubbish, because I've just thought as well, that'll be good for putting biscuits on the side as well.
Oh, God!
Okay, no,
And
let's
that means we can get rid of that plate that I don't know
By
what
the
to do
way,
with.
now this is broadcast, you can never patent this idea because it's out in public domain.
Rick, why don't we see if there's anyone out there who's willing to invest in this idea? Are you a mug manufacturer? Are you a mug designer? Are you someone who's got any interest whatsoever in this idea? Do you think it's a saleable idea? And more importantly, would it be not great to have a picture of Carl's face on the mat?
Because it's perfectly round.
Perfectly round.
As well, and you'd scold him every time
Yeah.
you,
So there'd be a certain satisfaction in that.
Yeah, well, if Peter Jones is listening, or that Ballantyne fella, or, what's his name?
Any of the big investors on that show, or indeed
yeah.
any investors anywhere, podcast@rickygervais.com. Get in touch. Tell us how we can move forward with this brilliant new idea.
Pathetic.